Okay, this video right here is for my Calculus 1 class, and it's our integration practice lab. And I've already done a video, as you can see. I did 7 and 8 and one of the top ones here. So I'm going to do a few more of these, and then I'll let you finish this on your own. So this very first one here, I'm doing the integral from -3 to 3 of the square root of 9 minus x squared dx. So let's kind of set this up a little bit. I got an x and y axis. And I'm going to go from -3 to +3. So I actually graphed it. So this is what it looks like. And so here's -3 to +3, and it goes up to 3 here. So it looks like a semicircle, half of a circle. Okay, so I am going to actually kind of sketch this so maybe it looks almost as nice as my graph here. There we go. So there is a graph just from -3 to 3. And if I put this in my calculator, the integral from -3 to 3 of radical 9 minus x squared dx, I get 14.1372. So I want you to use shapes to do this. So if you look at it, this is a semicircle. So I know the area of a circle is pi r squared. So I'm going to do that and divide it by 2 because it's half a circle. Well, what's the radius? Well, the radius goes from here to here, so it's 3. So I'm going to do pi times 3 squared divided by 2. And when I do that, I get 14.1372. So that's cool because you're actually finding the area of the semicircle. So you're actually using the area formula of a circle. So that's fun. All right, let's try the next one. This one goes from -4 to 0 of radical 16 minus x squared. So let's kind of set this up. So here's my x and y axis, -4 to 0. And when I put that in my calculator, this is what I get. So I'm going to go over one because this is the last one. And this is, I graphed at 16 minus x squared, but I'm going from -4 to 0. So if I drop this down, I really just have this quarter of the circle. Okay. So I'm going to come back to my picture. And it comes up to 4. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically, all you're looking at is this area right here. So I'm just going to shade that in, which is a fourth of a circle. Okay. If you put this in your calculator, you get 12.5663. So I know the area of a circle is pi r squared, and the radius of this is 4. And I'm going to divide it by 4 because it's 1/4 of it. Okay. So I'm going to get, when I do that, I get 12.5663. So that's cool as well. So this really helps you to get to understand what integrals are because you're looking at the area of this and it's a shape. So now let's look at number 11. Now number 11 is an absolute value. So an absolute value looks like a V. So I'm going to come here and draw this. But they want me to go from -2 to 1. Okay, so if I do -2 and put that in here, -2 is 2. If I put a -1, I get a 1, 0, 0, and 1, 1. So you get this weird looking shape. I'm going to show you this on this. That looks like this because you got to drop it down where the integral is. And then this is, so you're looking for this area right in here. Okay, so let's kind of look at the graph before we continue on. So I'm going to move over one. So here's my absolute value graph. That's what it really looks like. But because I'm going from -2, if I drop it down here, I'm looking at the area of this triangle, and I'm coming over to 1, so I'm the area of this triangle. Okay, so when I put this in my calculator, I actually get 2.5. So let's figure out how we can do this with shape. So this is a triangle. So this is right here. It's too wide and it's too high. And I don't mean too wide, but number 2. So I know the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So it's going to be 2 times 2. That's this left triangle. The other one is 1 by 1 plus 1/2 the base times the height. So 1/2 of 4 is 2. So the area is 2 plus 1/2. So there's your 2.5. So that's cool too. All right. Let's look at 12. And I think the answer key online got a little bit, the answers are right, but I think my picture's not quite right. So when I graph 1 minus radical x, and I'm going from -1 to 1, okay? And I'm actually going to look at the graph on this one as well. So this one is 1 minus radical x. When I go from -1 to 1, do you see how it's a triangle like right here? And it's 2 wide and 1 high? Okay, so so it's 2 wide and it comes up here at 1. So this is really the graph, goes from here to here. So this is what I'm looking for, the area of this shape right in here. All right, so my area formula of a triangle is 1/2 my base, which is now 2 because it's -1 to 1, times 1 high. So this comes out to be 1. And if you put this in your calculator, it's 1 as well. And the last one on this page, 2 minus radical x. So this, I'll look at the picture, is the same picture, but now it's 2 up and 4 high. And they're having us go from -1 to 1. So it's still a triangle, but it's going from -2 to 2, and it's 1 high. I mean, 2 high, excuse me. So when I put this in my calculator, I get a 3. So this is what I have, 1, 2, and then this comes over to -1 to 1. So when I draw this picture, we'll make this one purple. So I'm looking at the area of this in here. So the area of a triangle is 1/2. The base is 2 times 2. So I'm trying to look at what I did here. I got 2. Oh, actually, I'm going to say that's different. It's 2 times 1. Well, you know what? This one right here, let me change what I just did. So this one is when I look at the picture. So let's look at this picture. The base is 4. So that's what I did wrong. The base is 4. So I'm going to go over, let's erase this. So let's try this again. I just said that and drew it wrong. Let's try this again. So the base is 4. So I'm coming over here, -2, 2, and it comes up to 2. There we go. Sorry about that. I'm like, why isn't this working? So then here is what I'm trying to find is the area in here. So the area of a triangle is 1/2 the base times the height, okay, and 1/2 of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the height is 2, is 8 divided by 2 is 4. So I'm wondering if this comes out to be 4. So I'm going to check this one in class. So look that over and we'll see if I drew the picture right. So it looks like that's what it would be. I just think I put the wrong answer there because 1/2 of 8 is 4. So anyway, all of these, I hope the rest of these I know are right. Just let me know if you have any questions on everything and we'll check number 13 in class.